What's up YouTube? This is Up Your Alley, aka Allie Mason. I am going to be doing another makeup tutorial. I've taken a brief hiatus from YouTube because I've been really sick. I got a cold and it's like has been one of the worst colds I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding, I'm not being dramatic. So it really took a lot out of me and I wanted to take like a week to recuperate, and now I'm feeling better, but not completely yet. So I'm still like on the last few days of my medicine just to make it go away. So I will be going back to doing 2 videos per week, so I apologize you guys. But today we're gonna do a cut crease, which is usually something I don't do, and I've only done it a few times, but I always end up loving how it turns out and I wish I did it more. So I'm going to do a warm toned cut crease with a dramatic bold lip, and I usually don't wear like dramatic eye looks with dark lipstick for whatever reason, but I really liked how it turned out, so I did it the other day and I'm excited to show you guys a couple of new products I got that I really ended up liking. It featured in this video will be the 24K Nude palette by Maybelline. It's a drugstore eyeshadow palette. It was $10.49, but look at the colors. I swatched it just for you guys. They ended up turning out really pigmented, which really surprised me because usually drugstore eyeshadows aren't that great. And then we're gonna use the color tattoo, which I also swatched. Like, I didn't buy all of these, but I really liked how it turned out. I did this one. So this one, it's kind of like a warm toned gold. So I'm really excited to show you guys how I put everything together. And if you want to see how to achieve a cut crease, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. What's up you guys? We're going to get started with the Becca Cosmetics Backlit Priming Filter to prime our face for our foundation and concealer. And then we're going to use our Real Techniques blending sponge to blend that onto our entire face. Then we're going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation Pro Glow. This is a medium coverage foundation and I've been loving it recently. I decided to give it a try since a lot of YouTubers have been trying it and I'm extremely impressed. It completely changes the way my skin looks, makes it look dewy and flawless, and I love it. With my CoverGirl Clean Concealer, and my shade is light. I'm going to go underneath my eyes and onto the areas where we'll highlight, like the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and upper lip, and kind of lower chin area. And we're going to blend that out. Then we're going to set that using the NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder, and we're going to use the flat edge of our blending sponge to set it. It's really important if you want it to last all day long, and we're going to just breeze through my brows. I'm not going to get too specific with my brow routine, but if you guys really want to see a tutorial on my brows, please let me know in the comments below, and I will do the best I can to honor your requests. Or if you have any other like makeup tutorial requests, you can leave that in the comments too. So then we're going to get started with the fun part. We're going to use the Too Faced 24-Hour Shadow Insurance Eyeshadow Primer. This is the most important step. Don't ever skip your eyeshadow primer or your eyeshadow will look a mess. Don't do it. Then we're going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and we're going to contour using the middle shade Sculpt, and I'm using a MAC Cosmetics 175 angled foundation brush, but this works out better to apply cream contour in my opinion. And we're going to carve out my cheekbones, sides of my nose, and minimize my forehead. And it's a really important tip with contouring with the cream especially. You want to make sure you don't go too far away with your contour because it'll make your nose end up looking a little bit wider. And that's not what we want. That is not the idea of contouring. Then we're going to get started with the Maybelline 24K Nudes palette, and we're using this like nude colored shade that is on the top, and it's kind of like a beigey white color, and we're using my MAC 235 SE eyeshadow brush to apply it. And then we're going to use the BH Cosmetics Carly Bubble palette and apply that middle tan shade. It's kind of like terracotta shade, and we're using my blending brush by Urban Decay that came with my Naked Smoky Eye palette. And yeah, we're just going to pop that into our crease and use sweeping motions to blend it. Then we're using the BH Cosmetics Carly Bubble palette again and picking up this light cranberry shade, and we're going to blend that into the crease. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfect because we are doing a cut crease anyway, and we're going to use my MAC 275 concealer brush, and I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and we're using the highlight shade Banana, and we're going to apply that all the way up to the crease to create that cut crease effect. And you want to make sure when we are blending this to blend it lightly and not too harsh, because you don't want to soften up the cut crease too much. And if you are going to use a beauty blender, make sure you use light, gentle tapping motions, if you're brave. And then we're going to use my fingers as well. And then, yeah, we're going to use my concealer brush to kind of touch up in the areas close to my crease that I can't get with my finger, or else it will smudge. Then we're going to go in with the Maybelline Color Tattoo Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Bold Gold, and we're going to use my MAC 235 SE eyeshadow brush to brush that on top of where we put the highlight shade. And this is basically going to set our lighter eyeshadow and create that defined cut crease look. Then we're going to go in with that darker cranberry shade on the Carly Bubble palette. It's on the far right hand side, and it's the darkest shade on the top row, and we're using that Urban Decay blending brush to get that into our crease and outer corner. And we're just going to create some more definition with that darker shade. Then we're going to go in with the 24K Nudes palette again by Maybelline, and we're going to use the purple shade on the bottom row, and we're just going to emphasize our cut crease. It did turn out a little bit softer, but if you like that look, that's cool. Then we're going to apply our falsies. These are the Ardell Glamour False Lashes, and I'm using my green eyelash glue since I'm allergic to the blue one. Looks like somebody punched me in the face whenever I use formaldehyde on my lashes. It's kind of gross that that's in eyelash glue, but whatever. We're going to let that dry, and we're going to use my Real Techniques large powder brush to brush away the HD finishing powder that we put on earlier on top of our concealer. Then we're going to use the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade 02 Nude, and we're going to line my waterline. And this makes your eyes look more open and awake when you use nude eye pencil instead of black. And we're going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara Blackest Black, and we're using that on the lower lash line. I also put that onto my lashes before I did my falsies. And then we're going to use my ColourPop bronzer in the shade Paradise Lost, and we're using my Small Contour W07 brush by SL Miss Glam. And I got it in my Ipsy Glam Bag subscription. And we're using Becca Cosmetics Mineral Blush in Flower Child and my It Cosmetics Blush Brush to apply that onto the apples of our cheeks. And then I'm going to start highlighting with the Carly Bubble palette and a small highlight brush. And we're going to brush over the areas like our nose, upper lip, and all that. And we're going to use my Sephora lip crayon, which is kind of like a brownish shade, to prep our lips for the matte lipstick we're going to put on. It's kind of like a chapstick, like lip balm, moisturizer tinted thing. And then we're going to use the Stila matte lipstick in Chianti. It's kind of a purpley cranberry tone. And we're going to put that onto our lips. And yeah. And then we're going to set that using my Makeup Forever misting spray. And thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please stay tuned on Sunday for my newest upload. It's still to be determined, but thank you all for the support and I love you guys. Mwah!